Umkhonto weSizwe Party is set to officially launch its youth league this morning in Clermont, that's in Durban. Since the party's formation in December 2023, the MK Youth League has been operating on an interim basis. The party president, Jacob Zuma, is expected to deliver a keynote address at today's launch. Newzroom Afrika Silethiwe Ndlovu is tracking the story for us this morning. Silethiwe, a very good morning to you. Tell us about what we can expect ahead of the launch.
Good morning, Elgin. Well, we are told that there's quite a bit that can be expected. Of course, as you've rightfully mentioned, the keynote address is set to be given by the party president, that being Jacob Zuma. But also, as you also rightfully mentioned, the MK Youth League has been operating on an interim where we've seen the Youth League engage in a number of activities where they've also been quite vocal about some of the issues that continue to plague the country, but not just plague the country, but also affect the youth that we have in the country. One of them being the unemployment rate, which currently sits at 62.4%. But I'm just going to bring in Ndlovu, who's going to put into perspective, firstly, just talk to us about why it's important to have this desk within the party.
No, thank you very much, and greetings to the viewers at home. One, we must be thankful to this historical day that has given us a platform into Newzroom Afrika. Second of all, the Youth League is very imperative in any organization because the youth is the future of that country and the future of this movement of ours, MK Party. So we believe that the MK Youth League must play a huge role in this country, in our party as well, by making sure that we are organized youth and we are youth that is conscious, making sure that we fulfill our unfinished freedom.
I want to talk about some of the issues that continue to affect or impact the youth in the country. The unemployment rate currently being at 62.4%. Talk to me about some of the issues that you have identified as the Youth League in the MK. What are some of the issues that you've identified that continue to affect the youth in the country?
One, we must be aware of our history. The reason why we have this crisis of high unemployment, it's because of our economic structure. The core component of this economy is structured in a way that it does not benefit us in no any other way. We are still being led by a neo-apartheid economic system that excludes us in this economy. Now, as young people, what we are saying is government must play a huge role in making sure that it assists this crisis of high unemployment by doing what? By making sure that there is assisting small businesses, because small businesses are the one that decreases high unemployment.
Of course, today being Youth Day, I want to talk about how the youth then can participate and play an active role in perhaps even assisting with some of the issues that we continue to be faced with in the country. But just talk to me about how the youth then can play a critical role when you're looking at solving some of the issues that we have in the country, but not only just the youth, but also the Youth League within the party.
Okay, first thing, the youth in the party must be organized. Why a structure that is currently being organized? Because the moment the youth is organized, it can achieve anything in our country. So unity of young people is paramount. That's one thing that we are doing. Second of all, with the issue of unemployment, our government must make sure that it invests particularly in manufacturing, because our manufacturing are shutting down. So the government must play a huge role, and also us as young people, we must assist one another. We must support each other, because us as Africans, we have the buying power, but as things are, we don't assist each other.
I just want to maybe lastly then talk about perhaps just your hopes in terms of what you hope to accomplish with the MK Youth League, what you hope to accomplish, and perhaps the purpose that you have, that you hope rather to serve going forward, just shortly.
Okay, ours is to make sure that one, we are a unified youth, because history teaches us that Back then, in the Battle of Isandlwana, the African regiments were united and they defeated the colonial masters. So ours is to unify young people in making sure that MK Party achieve its goal in liberating us in our country.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much.
That's Qiniso Ibane. He is the MK Youth League national convener, talking to us not only about what is expected to occur here today in Clermont, but also just some of the issues that continue to affect the youth that we have in the country. He spoke about unemployment and how that can not only be solved by political parties, rather, but also the youth themselves and how they can then play an active role when you are looking at some of the issues that we are then faced with.
Good morning, Silethiwe. You're speaking to Rory Sang. You've obviously addressed a lot of youth issues that are currently being navigated. KZN has the highest rate of, school-going children, things of that nature, and you cover a lot of stories there. I wanted to ask, based on all the stories that you've covered, what are some of the burning issues that the youth have raised?
Well, there's quite a few issues, as you heard from that conversation. The unemployment rate sitting at 62.4%, particularly when you're looking at the youth. I do believe it's from the age of 15 to 24. But also other issues that we've heard of include gender-based violence, which continues to be a conversation, not just in the province of KZN, but also nationwide. Other issues, you're also looking at inequality in terms of education, where there's a number of youth that we have in the country that have also spoken out about issues when you're looking at inequality when it comes to education. And then lastly, one of the major issues that we have heard about, perhaps someone will shed light on it a bit later on when we get in conversation with the youth, is the issue of mental health issues, where the youth feel as if that particular issue is not something that is spoken about in the country. Of course, even if you look at the national health budget that goes towards the mental health healthcare, you do find that it sits at 5%. So there's quite a bit of issues that continue to plague not just the country, but the youth as a whole that we have, not just in the country, but also in the province then of KZN.